I'm Kamara Morgan, here with Dr. Alana White. We are delighted to be here to present the 2024 Dr. Gerald K. Smith Award for Philanthropy.
This award was established in 2013 to honor the work and philosophy of Dr. Smith, who was a strong advocate, a mentor, a bold and charismatic leader, and a pioneer in the field. He was one of the original co-chairs of the Michigan Forum for African Americans in Philanthropy.
Dr. Smith dedicated his career to making the Detroit community better for children and their families. This award honors his legacy and leadership, celebrating and honoring significant efforts and contributions in the field whose work and grant-making efforts promote effective and responsible social change in African American communities and who have demonstrated leadership, impact, creativity, and collaboration.
And so we are pleased to announce the recipient of this year's Dr. Gerald K. Smith Award for Philanthropy, Dr. Shakiyla Smith-Sengu. Got it. Dr. Shakiyla Smith-Sengu is the Vice President of Organizational Culture at the Fetzer Institute. In her role, she leads efforts with staff and community partners to foster a spiritually grounded culture of shared flourishing. Her efforts center on the personal and inner change that creates the conditions for belonging and social change. Shakiyla blends all the parts of herself, leveraging her experience in energy medicine, yoga, violence prevention, and years of working at the Center for Disease Control to establish infrastructure for equity at the Fetzer Institute. She says that she moved for love since the work at the Fetzer Institute was aligned with her personal mission. At Fetzer, she has helped to shift the Institute's philanthropic practice through the 4 roles framework. This tool guides how the organization assesses and focuses its efforts in relation to DEI and Fetzer's roles as funder, economic entity, community citizen, and employer.
In helping to deepen Fetzer's commitment to addressing structural equity, Shakiyla created and co-led Fetzer's Racial Justice Proxies project. The 2-year proxy-based experiment funds a cohort of 13 BIPOC leaders from across the nation whose work centers on faith and spirituality. With a small staff-led team of 3, the cohort is exploring the intersections of love, spiritual transformation, and racial justice, and how to be in a transformative and equitable relationship. In her words, they are creating spiritual solutions to social problems.
Because Shakiyla believes that we can't separate our inner work from outer action, the project also has an internal learning track representing all Fetzer departments and its board. The praxis approach is helping Fetzer to move beyond funding BIPOC efforts to influencing and transforming the Institute's thinking and ways of working. Before we welcome Shakiyla to the stage, let's watch the video where she learns that she is being honored with the award.
We are delighted to note you have been named the 2024 honoree of the Dr. Gerald K. Smith Award for Philanthropy.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I'm very shocked.
It's the easiest thing in the world to celebrate you. It's the easiest thing in the world to nominate you and your incredible work. Your approach is innovative, it's holistic, it's developmental, and it's spiritually grounded.
We were absolutely honored to really have you as an applicant and to hear the words of your work from one of your colleagues, which was very holistic, which focused in on community both inside the organization and outside the organization. And so we just really enjoyed reading the nomination.
Your colleagues shared a lot about your work and the framework approach that you utilize. We really believe that work aligns with Dr. Gerald Smith's approach to community as well as with CMF values.
I'm just very grateful you're in our community, that you're in our sector, that you're doing the work that you're doing, and just happy to celebrate you right now.
Shakiyla, your work is a testament of your dedication to fostering a loving world, and I am honored to witness and be part of the change that you are leading in this world.
Congratulations, Shakiyla.
My husband is going to kill y'all because I love plants and I just keep bringing plants home. So I was just like, oh, another plant. Anyway, thank you very much. So I only have a brief moment, and there's 3 things that I wanted to do and say to you all. First, I want to thank CMF and the Michigan Forum for African Americans in Philanthropy for honoring me with this recognition. It really means so much more than you know. I also want to acknowledge and express big love and gratitude for the seen and unseen beloveds that hold me in this work and make it possible. As you all know, nobody does this work alone, and I certainly don't. There are so many familial and intellectual ancestors that have my back and are in my heart. And of course, my seen beloveds who love and work alongside me, some of whom are here today. The fabulous Sarah Sorvis, who's my close partner in this work and who I couldn't do this work without. Jonathan Lever, our COO and Executive Vice President, who extends radical trust and support for me in this work. And of course, the entire FETSER staff community who do this work through joy and difficulty. And last but not least, my mother, Gwendolyn, who is my first teacher in love. Thank you. And my husband, Stanford, who continues to teach me and grow with me in love. Thank you. But I really wanted to say something about the way that we've taken up diversity, equity, and inclusion work at the Fetzer Institute. Yes, we've applied frameworks and analytic tools in our practice that have led us to fund more and innovative BIPOC projects and organizations, including the Racial Justice Praxis Project that was mentioned. Yes, we've diversified our investment managers to include more historically underrepresented folks and increased our percentage of impact funds. Yes, we've even instituted a stability wage in our organization through a radically collaborative community building pay philosophy development process, as just a few examples. This is all really important system level work that I'm personally proud of. But the hottest and juiciest part of this work is how we've constantly grounded it in love and the sacred, in a deep conviction that each and every one of us is a beautiful, messy, unique expression of the divine. And because of that, we are so precious and we belong inherently. We belong to each other, and because of that, we deserve care and to thrive. So that's the deep source of this work and the purpose of the work, which really helps us to persist in it, even when it's hard and when we don't want to do it, and when people are hard to cherish, as one of our coworkers says. And it also impacts how we do the work and the quality of the work. As one of our racial justice praxis participants offered, inner work is frontline work. So I know that centering love and the sacred in DEI and equity work may sound a little jarring or soft or even inappropriate to some, but for us in philanthropy, I think it feels like an important centering and deep purpose and roots. Philanthropy literally means love of humanity, and not just affection or sentiment, but being willing to extend outrageous generosity of time, talent, and treasure, as I once heard it described, for the alleviation of suffering and the benefit of others. And as it relates to social justice and equity work, well, historically, that work has always been rooted in a fierce love ethic and a notion of beloved community where we all flourish together. So it's been a really powerful invitation for me to take up the work in fulfillment of Fetzer's mission of helping build a spiritual foundation for a loving world, knowing that the highest expression of love and love of humanity is belonging and social justice and shared flourishing. So finally, I'd just like to close with a blessing for you all, because I know that I'm not the only one doing hard and holy work in this room. I know that each of you are in the world working on behalf of others and your communities, and sometimes at tremendous cost to your own well-being. So may you be held in radical love and wholeness. May you always remember and feel connected to that which sustains you in the hard and holy work of realizing our deepest longings and wild imaginings. May you be well-resourced and well-accompanied by seen and unseen beloveds in your work. May it bring you joy and generativity, and may you know and experience the care and love that you give to others and that you are. Thank you.